Hello friends, today the next topic of anatomy, and that is about the larynx, a part for the production of voice, that is phonation, and also a part of your respiratory system. And let me talk in detail about the larynx, and I will try my level best to explain particular that the vocal cord, that is little complication is there to understand, but I will try to explain my level best so that you can understand it properly. The larynx extends from the last part of oropharynx to the trachea. This middle portion, it is a larynx. It extends from C3 vertebra to C6 vertebra, and dimensions and all this you can look in the book. Now this larynx is composed of cartilages, joints, and whenever there is joint, definitely there are ligaments and the muscles for the movement of joints, ligaments to strengthen the joints, and magically the ligaments of the larynx, they are creating thick folds, and those folds are much important in the larynx. So proceed with the cartilages. Larynx is composed of total 9 cartilages. Among 9, 3 are paired and 3 are unpaired cartilages. The single or unpaired cartilages are number 1 thyroid, number 2 cricoid, and number 3 epiglottis. These are 3 single unpaired cartilages, and 3 paired cartilages are arytenoid, cuneiform, and corniculate. Arytenoid, cuneiform, and corniculate, these are paired cartilages, means they are 2 in number, means totally there are 9 cartilages. Now let's proceed with one by one cartilage. Now the first and the prime importance is a thyroid cartilage. You can look this shape. This is the shape of thyroid cartilage. Now if you are looking carefully there, something is going up, something is going down, there is a notch and there is a prominence. Are you getting? So this is one lamina of thyroid cartilage and this is another lamina of thyroid cartilage. Both laminas of the thyroid cartilage, they meet anteriorly. Is it? This is anterior side. They meet anteriorly, whereas the posterior aspect of the thyroid cartilage, it remains apart. It remains apart from each other. Now the posterior aspect of the lamina, it gives 2 horns. It gives 2 horns. One is at the superior portion and one is at the inferior portion. The horn at the superior portion is called as superior horn, whereas horn at the inferior portion, but naturally it is called as inferior horn, or you can say it as a cornu. So there is one cornu, superior cornu, and there is another cornu, inferior cornu. These cornus are made for special purpose. And this is what the situation of thyroid cartilage. This is the thyroid cartilage having right lamina and left lamina. Now at the lamina, outer surface of the lamina, there is oblique line on both sides. There is oblique line, and that line is for providing the attachment to the muscles of the larynx. That line is for the attachment to the muscles of the larynx. So this is one cartilage which is V-shaped. Anteriorly it is attached, posteriorly it remains free, posterior ends they are remaining free. There are 2 corni or 2 horns, one is superior horn and one is inferior horn. There is one notch, there is prominence. So these are the features of thyroid cartilage. Number second cartilage is cricoid cartilage. That is cricoid cartilage. It is a cartilage of ring shape. It is a cartilage of ring shape where the posterior aspect of cartilage, is broad and the anterior aspect of cartilage is thin. Posteriorly the cartilage is broad and anteriorly it is thin. The narrow anterior part of the ring is called as arch, whereas the broad posterior part of the ring is called as lamina. There is arch and there is lamina. So narrow anterior part is arch and posterior broad part of the cartilage is lamina. The third unpaired is epiglottis. Epiglottis is a leaf-shaped cartilage having upper portion which is broad and lower portion which is narrow, a pointed lower portion. This pointed lower portion having its attachment with the notch of thyroid cartilage. Just we discussed thyroid cartilage having two laminae and there is anteriorly at the upper part there is notch, and this pointed part of the epiglottis having attachment with the notch. This epiglottis, your cricoid, they are important. Cricoid is important because cricoid is helping to attach the important cartilages, more important cartilages which are much valuable for the vocal cord, and all the cartilages they are working so that they are working in a way so that they can perform the proper function in correlation with each other. This epiglottis having right and left margins. So these right and left margins are providing attachment to airy epiglottic fold. What is the name of fold? Airy epiglottic. Now airy stands for arytenoid cartilage and epiglottic for epiglottis. So the membrane which is taking origin from arytenoid, it is ascending up and attached to the epiglottis. Either side of the epiglottis, at the right side and at the left side. So these are the airy epiglottic fold attached at the margin of the epiglottis. Is a pair cartilage, that is arytenoid cartilage. Now we are knowing this is cricoid cartilage having its lamina and anterior small part. Now this lamina of the cricoid cartilage, these two cartilages, arytenoid, they are sitting over the upper border of the lamina of the cricoid cartilage. These arytenoid cartilages are having upper part, anterior process, you can say anterior medial process and posterior process. This upper part, it gets flat so that it can provide attachment to one more cartilage which is a pair cartilage of the larynx. And now this anterior medial process, it gives attachment to the ligament. And it is much important in the formation of fold, and the name of that fold is vocal fold. Whereas the posterior portion, it gives attachment to the muscles. So there are two processes. One is anterior process and one is posterior process of the arytenoid. One process give attachment to vocal fold and posterior process give attachment to the muscle. Now the next cartilage is corniculate. This corniculate cartilage are small corniculate shaped cartilages, and they are the small nodes which are situated at the upper part of the arytenoid cartilage. At the upper part of the arytenoid cartilage, there are two corniculate. And the last paired cartilage of the larynx are cuneiform. They are rod-shaped small cartilages. So these are 9 cartilages. Among 9, 3 are unpaired and 3 are paired. So this is about the cartilages of larynx. About the next one is the joints. Joints of the larynx. Larynx has 2 joints, and both the joints are formed by a cartilage, that is cricoid cartilage, a ring-shaped cartilage. So if it is forming the joint, the name must start with the cricoid. So the joints are cricothyroid. One joint of the cricoid cartilage with the thyroid cartilage, that is a joint, and second joint between the cricoid and arytenoid,
the cartilages which are sitting on the lamina. Cricoerytenoid, one joint is cricothyroid joint, so that thyroid cartilage can move, and second is cricoerytenoid, so that erytenoid cartilage can move, because there is need of movement so that we can produce the sound. There is need of movement of the folds, and those folds and those mucous membranes are attached with these cartilages, so there is need of joints. So these two joints are formed by cricoid cartilage, one with the thyroid, that is called as cricothyroid cartilage, and second with the erytenoid, that is called as cricoerytenoid cartilage. And one more thing, both the joints are of synovial variety. Both the joints are of synovial type.